13 News at 6.
Monkeypox is now an emergency in the U.S. Ahead at 6, we are hearing from Washington state officials about how this will impact us and what it means for some businesses.
Plus, a letter of outrage from a long list of mayors over rampant crime and drugs in South King County. Hear from one of the mayors about what they want done to fix the problem. But first, we begin with breaking news. The town of Lind, Washington has been evacuated due to a growing wildfire. Lind is a small town in Adams County. It has a population of nearly 600 people. The fire is around 2,000 acres and has already destroyed 6 homes. And there are 2 separate fires burning over there, one overtaking the town, the other closing westbound State Route 21. The state has mobilized resources for this fire.
And we are learning a firefighter in Lind was airlifted to Spokane. According to the Adams County Sheriff's Office, Eric Labes suffered smoke inhalation fighting those flames. That's just one of many fires burning right now across our state. One of the most active fires is the Cow Canyon southwest of Ellensburg. So thanks for joining us for your news at 6. I'm David Rose.
And I'm Hannah Kim. We have team coverage for you on these wildfires. Our weather team standing by with a look at fire conditions. Jennifer Dallin, who is near the Cow Canyon fire line. But first, we head to Washington Commissioner of Lands, Hilary Franz, who's joining us to answer questions about this year's fire season.
Thank you so much for joining us. We had a very calm spring, but now things have really sparked. So let's talk about that fire in the town of Lind. Do you have any late updates that you're receiving? And how are the crews there and elsewhere in our state faring right now?
Yeah, so we have been very fortunate this year to have a pretty light fire season compared to past years. But as you know, we just entered August where the temperatures have gotten hotter and we have wind conditions, which makes it very challenging for our firefighters and makes it prime for fires. Lind right now is our most significant concern, as you talked about. It's a town that right now is under major evacuation with number structures already burned. And that community, all of our prayers need to be with the firefighters and the residents of Lind. We're doing everything we can. We've mobilized the resources we have. We had air resources on there earlier today. And so all efforts are on that fire to help sure that we can protect the community and protect our firefighters and protect as many homes as we can.
Right. And in 2021, the state legislature passed a bill to spend $125 million to prevent and fight these fires. Hilary, I know you're very familiar with this. So do you think at this time, are fires like, town of Lind or any wildfires benefiting from that money right now?
Absolutely. So we have already been leveraging in the context of, one, increased firefighters because we've been able to hire. We used to have only 40 full-time firefighters. We've been able to increase the number of full-time firefighters. In addition to that, we have more resources and technology, including night capacity on our aircraft, more aircraft than we have ever had before. Those aircraft were on the Lind fire as well as the other 3 significant fires that right now are burning. And as we know, air resources and ground resources are absolutely critical to getting containment of these fires.
So you've been a big advocate for awareness, for preventing fires, for human-caused fires. But what do you think our state needs as far as federal funding or locally to be able to continue to protect lives and property from these fires?
So I'm going to keep on constantly talking about the context. When it gets to suppression, we have a number of fires that are happening here in Washington state, but we know other neighboring states have already been in the height of fire season fighting those significant fires. We're going to always need more resources in the air and on the ground to be able to cover the number of states that are facing these kinds of catastrophic fires. Everything from the leadership level, type 1, type 2, type 3, to more aircraft, to more equipment. And this is where the partnership between our states, our neighboring states, as well as our own, with the federal government to make sure that all states always have the coverage they need in the air and on the ground to get on these fires quickly, to contain them. So we are saving lives, our firefighters and our residents, and doing our part to save as many structures as possible.
Yeah, very, very important fight going on right now across many parts of our state. Thank you so much for your interview, Hilary.
Thank you. Everyone be safe.
Well, the Cow Canyon fire also continuing to threaten homes and livestock in Yakima and Kittitas counties. It was still at 0% containment this afternoon. Evacuations were ordered today for more homes on Outlook Road and Coyote Run.
Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling joining us now with a look at this fast-moving fire. Jennifer. This is a very active portion of the fire off of North Wiener Road. There are helicopters behind me making drops. One of the concerns here is that the fire is very active and has gotten into the trees.
Crews were working overtime Thursday afternoon to dump water on hard-hit fire areas. With the help of the wind, the Cow Canyon fire has been spreading quickly since Wednesday, burning through trees and grasslands.
This fire is extremely concerning because of the level of evacuations that we've had.
On Uptanham Road, resident Don Peterson was preparing for a worst-case scenario by cutting down high grass and weeds near his house and driveway to try to cut down on the advance of any fire that might make it to his property. He was too busy to talk on camera, but said his home sits on the dividing line between level 2 and 3 evacuations. Beyond the roadblock is level 3. His home is just on the other side at level 2, which means get ready. He's experienced fires here before and says fire crews once advised him to clear his property, so that's what he was doing today.
The level 3 evacuation is get out now. The purpose of that evacuation is the fire is dangerously close to your location, and it can become a matter of life and death if you don't heed the warning.
The Red Cross has a shelter set up at the Civic Center in Sela. So far, the crew says only one couple has been using the facility after the area around their home went to a level 3 evacuation order.
They were evacuated because the fire was close to their home. And so they're with us and will be with us until they can go back to their home.
Firefighters believe the fire started here at the Barbecue Flats Horse Camp. Cody says they're considering setting up a shelter in the Ellensburg area as well.
They're ordering additional level 3 evacuations. It's going to close another road in Kittitas, so they want the people to have an opportunity to get out before they can't.
This was the scene off Audubon Road where wildland fire trucks were staging. Smoke could be seen over the hills and ridges. Ron Fryer, the public information officer for the Southeast Washington All-Hazard Type 3 Incident Management Team, says the fire has ballooned into the thousands of acres with the help of the wind. He says there were more than 150 fire personnel fighting it Thursday with at least 5 types of aircraft.
If I was asked to do a level 3 evacuation, I would be out.
Over the past 24 hours, officials say they haven't had a good chance to get a handle on the fire. They hope that happens this afternoon and evening with the addition of more crews. Reporting at the Cow Canyon Fire, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
Now to Vantage. The Vantage Highway fire is burning more than 26,000 acres and 21% contained. Evacuations for the town are lifted.
Closer to Spokane, the Williams Lake fire has dozens of people under level 2 and level 3 evacuations. The fire is just south of Cheney, and it is estimated to be 3,000 acres, and there is no known containment level at this time. So we now turn to our Fox 13 weather team, Aaron Mayovsky, tracking the forecast ahead. But first, we want to head to Chief Meteorologist Lisa Villegas with the fire conditions right now, Lisa, to the east of us.
Yeah, so we have, first of all, the cooler temperatures, which has been great, and a lot of us have seen those wind speeds dying down, but still seeing them kicking up, especially when it comes to central Washington. So those wind speeds, by the way, tracking out towards the east. So all of that smoke, that's where it's going to head. And you can see that pretty clearly. Moses Lake's all the way over into Spokane. Winds sustained at around 15 to 18 miles per hour, but I do want to zoom in. Highlighted here, that is where we have a wind advisory in effect until 11 o'clock this evening, right where we have a couple of fires. So this is a big concern. Gusts potentially up to 50 miles an hour. And yes, this is going to continue throughout the evening. So as we fast forward, you can see those wind speeds still a little gusty here right around 11 o'clock. After that, wind advisory expires, which is great. And then as we kind of fast forward for the next couple of days, wind speeds aren't quite as strong. So this is the good news, everything continuing to die down. However, a light breeze here and there is still possible as the temperatures start to heat up. Now for us, with our fire danger, little to no concern here for today and tomorrow, but we slowly start to see that rising here, Aaron, as we roll over in the weekend, as we get ready for some heat. But today for us in Western Washington, it has been glorious.
It has been really nice. The cool down in between the weather systems has been fantastic, and we are seeing temperatures much cooler today, Lisa, at 67 degrees. Really pretty afternoon skies. We're finally starting to break out of the cloud cover. Hey, we only hit 69. That's 10 degrees off for the record where we should be. But where we're going, as Lisa mentioned, we're going to start to heat on up, and we'll see those temperatures stair-step their way to near 90 degrees as we get to Monday. So high pressure is going to win out and beat out some of the low pressure that's southwest offshore in the Pacific. But we'll go 77 for your Friday, just shy of our seasonal high, and then 85 Saturday, 87 Sunday, almost 90 on Monday. And then if you don't like the 90s, we'll cool it back down to the low 80s. Here's a look at that high pressure that's going to start to come our way and keep control of our forecast. The next 3 days, again, we're just seeing those conditions really nice. And as Lisa mentioned, we could see some hazy skies Saturday into Sunday as wind shift. We could get some smoke and haze in the higher upper level atmosphere. Will be a little breezy the next couple couple of days, but overall, temperatures look really nice. We've got our record temperatures on the bottom. We will be nowhere near those, possibly, potentially, as we push into Monday, but we'll keep an eye on that. We'll have more team coverage coming up with a look at the 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Erin. Also remember, we have fire coverage online at fox13seattle.com or download the Fox 13 News app to have information sent directly to your phone.
Coming up, a letter of outrage from South King County mayors over rampant crime and drugs. Hear from one of the mayors about what they want done to fix the problem.
Plus, state health officials are expecting monkeypox cases to double every week. So what are they doing to prepare? A breakdown straight ahead.